Okay, we now proceed to the next interpellator. May I recognize Representative Franz Castro? You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So palamigin muna natin yung mood. Meron po ba ditong Mr. Chair, representative from Facebook and Meta?
Unfortunately, they have sent a letter on Facebook. They could not attend. And I think, do we have a representative from Meta? Facebook? Wala nga. There are no representatives.
Okay, so related ito, Mr. Chair, doon sa interpellation ko last time when we had the hearing related to my account na tinake down ng Facebook and Meta or Meta. So, nabalik na, Mr. Chair. Nabalik na yung aking yung aking Facebook account, yung official Facebook account na na may nilagay na impersonation. So, gusto ko lang sanang malaman, Mr. Chair, yung paano ba yung proseso, no? So, syempre nagreklamo ako for almost a month, no? Pinag-aralan siguro at naibalik na. So, gusto ko lang malaman, Mr. Chair, yung proseso. Siguro by next time na lang po. Okay, sa TikTok, thank you, Pichi, din sa pagturo mo sa akin ng pagre-report. Ang dami kasi, Mr. Chair, na marami ding mga account sa TikTok na talagang, talagang fake. Gumagamit pa nga sila ng AI, no, na talagang fake. So kagaya po ng Facebook ng TikTok, Mr. Chair. So paano nyo ba nadidetermine? Paano ba nadidetermine yung lumalabag doon sa inyong community standard? Kasi wala bang Mr. Chair, wala bang mechanisms ang mga social media na parang automatic yun kapag nagkaroon ng ganong violation based on your standard, ay natitake down na. Kasi katulad na sinabi kanina, Mr. Chair, ni PCO Secretary, there must be a mechanisms, no? Yung halimbawa, yung mga saying bad words, ayan, yung mga information na hindi naman totoo, no? Yung mga fake information. So, aside from yung sinasabing iba pang mga standard, wala bang pwedeng magawa? Halimbawa, ang TikTok o ang YouTube, meron ba ritong YouTube? Wala din.
Wala din ang YouTube.
Oh, sige. Si Pichi na lang yung So, do you use also AI dun sa pag-check? Kasi na-found out ko yung Meta at Facebook, parang AI lang yung nagde-determine eh. Pag nagreklamo ka, saka siguro nila titignan. Kaya lang medyo naka-damage na yon doon sa account, no? So, do you have that? Or balak ba kayo mag-develop ng gano'n na automatic na talaga, so hindi nyo na siya i-review?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair, and happy to help you with your account. So to answer your question po, Mr. Chair, every video that is uploaded on TikTok undergoes machine moderation. I think I may have explained this earlier, but I'm happy to repeat it. So when you upload a video on TikTok, di ba po may processing time po yan? Usually that's when machine moderation comes in to look for signals that would indicate that a post is violating our community guidelines. In combination with that, then, Mr. Chair, we also have human moderators, and this is for content that isn't automatically picked up by machine moderation. If machine moderation sees that, okay, there are signals that clearly indicate that something is violative of our guidelines, human moderators also get to review. Meanwhile, we also rely on community reports because no system is perfect po, ma'am. So we also rely on users to be vigilant and report violating content to us. So That's essentially, ma'am, Mr. Chair, that's essentially the process by which we moderate and by which we keep the platform safe and secure for our users.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, thank you. How long do you do that, yung process na yun?
Mr. Chair, I regret to say that I don't have visibility on the entirety of the process, but what I can tell you is that last year, I think between, let me just check, Mr. Chair, because I have notes here. I believe, and I'll get back to you with the facts, Mr. Chair, but I believe between June to September last year, or July to September last year, we removed over 4 million videos that violated our community guidelines. I think 4.54, sorry, the numbers escape me right now. I may actually be able to find it. Yes, so I'll get back to you, ma'am, with the precise figures, but we have over 4 million videos removed, 99% of which was removed proactively, and of the remaining 1% that wasn't removed proactively, content, in other words, users reported it, Mr. Chair, 98% was taken down within 24 hours.
Okay, so it's in your presentation.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, next question po. Kasi dito sa TikTok, may mga nagsasabing namamonetize. Totoo ba yun? Yung mga namamonetize na mga ano. Kasi napapansin ko, Mr. Chair, talaga makikita natin yung mga nagti-TikTok na mayroong fake news ang inaano, fake news ang pinapropagate, at saka nagmumura, at saka yung mga kung ano-anong sinasabi against a person. Parang yun ang nag-gain ng maraming views. No? How does it work? Paano ba sila? Kumikita ba sila? Or, kasi may nagsasabi din sa TikTok na kumikita sila in dollars. Do you confirm that?
Mr. Chair, creators in the Philippines cannot monetize on TikTok.
Okay.
So unlike maybe, I can't speak for other platforms, but we don't monetize per like, per view. We don't do that. In addition, yeah, that's it. Creators cannot monetize on TikTok.
So, fake news pala yung mga nagko-content na may nakukuha silang monetization. You look at your TikTok, check mo yun kasi fake yun eh.
In the Philippines, Mr. Chair, creators cannot monetize on TikTok.
Pero kung nasa ibang bansa,
I don't have visibility on that, Mr. Chair. Apologies because I focus on the Philippine market. But if you need additional information, we're happy to supply it, Mr. Chair.
yes, kasi isa rin itong fake news, Mr. Chair, kung talagang totoo yung sinasabi niya or di pa niya alam kung merong mga in other countries aside from the Philippines ay merong nag-monetize. Kasi may mga Filipino content creator na nasa ibang bansa. So, baka yun. Can you check on that? Madam
Yes, Mr. Chair, we're happy to do that. Thank you.
Okay. Next, sa COMELEC, Mr. Chair, sayang wala dito talaga yung Facebook eh. Kasi, nag-ano po ako, Mr. Chair, nag-submit ako sa COMELEC ng using AI, deepfake, na-receive naman ng COMELEC na. So, siguro nakita nyo na yon. So, any update po? Sabi nyo kasi meron kayong coordination with other social media. Kasi Facebook po yun. Yung gumawa po nun ay merong account name na Makabayan. So, any update po, Mr. Chair, on that?
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Maraming salamat po for the kind submission, Your Honor. Naghingi po kami ng tulong sa CICC kasi nung nakarang araw lang po, we were thankfully capacitated by the CICC with deepfake identification tools. Naipadala na rin po namin ito dun sa concerned platform at nagpapatulong po kami para po malaman at ma-identify, hindi lamang po mapruebahan na talagang deep fake po siya, kundi matrace po kung saan po nanggaling. It's currently being investigated po by the Task Force KKK, Your Honors.
So, basically, Mr. Chair, red tagging yon, no? Yung lahat naman, basta makabayan, red tag talaga. At nakita yung mga complaint na na-receive nyo po, parang 63% ay mga red tagging. So, parang instead na, Mr. Chair, napansin natin, instead na mabawasan, no, yung mga ganyang fake red tagging, based on your resolution, Mr. Chair, parang dumarami pa po. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi po natin siya nakokontrol or kung meron lang mag-complaint. So, paano po kayo paano nag-work yung inyong resolution po against doon sa mga red tagging?
Mr. Chair, Honors, Your Honors is speaking about Resolution 1115, the anti-discrimination and the anti-bullying resolution. Yes po, the thrust of the resolution po kasi is that when somebody complains for an act of bullying pertaining to the gender, for being a person with disability, regarding HIV and AIDS, violation of the Safe Spaces Act, for being in the indigenous peoples, we really welcome po the complaint. And the thrust of that resolution, first, is it's made with this use of social media. It will be reported to the appropriate platform for the immediate takedown and investigation if there was indeed a violation of the law. Kung makikita po rin kasi natin resolution, COMELEC treated the violation of the resolution both as an election offense and as a ground for disqualification in case the bad actor po is running for public office. Second po, we would refer also these matters, especially to dig deeper into investigation po dun sa appropriate law enforcement body. Kaya po makakaasa po kayo yung pag meron pong complaints na natatanggap ang COMELEC, especially regarding Resolution 1115 and the other resolutions pertaining to campaigns and other matters of the Fair Elections Act, ito po yung nagiging action ng COMELEC regarding this po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, including ba dito yung mga political belief, halimbawa, kasama doon sa anti-discrimination?
No po, not necessarily, Your Honors, Mr. Chair. Specifically, that's why in the first resolution of COMELEC governing the use of AI, prohibition on the fake news and disinformation, yan po yung resolution 11064. And in order to clarify na hindi po kasama yung protected yung ating free speech, freedom of expression, yung pag-express ng advocacy, naglabas po ang COMELEC ng amended resolution 11064A to ensure na yung protected rights under our Constitution ay masigundahan at masundan po ng ating COMELEC rules.
Okay, so marami pong darating sa inyo na complaint, Mr. Chair, sa COMELEC. Kasi sa pag-iikot talaga namin, nakaranas din kami ng harassment, intimidation, red tagging, related dun sa pagkakampanya po ng Makabayan. So, Mr. Chair, naranasan namin yan sa Palawan. So, yun po, Mr. Chair. So, sana po meron ding gawin siguro na, so, ilan po ba meron po ba kayong committee na nag-address ng mga complaint about that po, or related po dun sa resolution ninyo po?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, it's the Committee on Safe. It is being headed by Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. Kaya makakaasa po kayo na talagang tututukan po ni Commissioner Maceda at ng kanyang committee yung mga paglabag sa Resolution 1115. Yes,
siyempre, yung ginagawa natin, Mr. Chair, di ba, in aid of legislation, hindi naman para i-curtail yung freedom of speech ng ating mga vloggers or ng ating mga citizen. So gusto lang natin na talagang ang lumalabas sa mga social media platform ay yung totoo rin. Kasi worried tayo yung paulit-ulit na nakikita ng mga bata, kasi ang dami nang nanonood or nang gumagamit ng social media, nakikita nila yun na paulit-ulit na mali o paulit-ulit na pinopost, ang daming post, ay kala nila ay totoo. Kaya nga nandito yung yung DICT rin, Mr. Chair, para malaman din natin, ano po ba din yung ginagawa ninyo, Mr. Chair, doon sa DICT as regards dito sa mga fake news at saka dito sa mga disinformation?
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair. Sa DICT po, sa part po namin, we have coordinations with Facebook, TikTok, and then YouTube. Meron po tayong MOA with them. May mga request po sa amin na ipapa-take down yung mga certain post. Kinikater po namin yon through doon sa amin po. Sinesend namin yung mga materials to support na gusto natin ipa-take down. At the same time po, meron din kaming tinatawag na threat monitoring. So ito po, sa side po ng Cybersecurity Bureau, nagkakandak po kami ng monitoring but hindi po namin tinitake down kaagad unless wala pong nagko-complain sa amin. If meron pong cyber crime, pwede pong maging cyber crime yung nirereklamo, ini-endorse po namin yun through PNP, ACG, o doon po sa CICC para po ma-collect lahat ng information.
Mr. Chair, can we have a copy of that MOA with SOCMED na binanggit nyo kanina? Para makita natin yung scope ng MOA as regards to yung sinasabi nyo, mga fake news or mga disinformation. Can we have that copy?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. We can provide po the information. I will ask from our office po with those material po.
Mr. Chair, can we ask the Secretariat to get that MOA?
Comsec, please take note. Can we have a copy of that MOA?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, yun na lang po kasi wala yung Facebook.